I'm Christina Captain, and it's time for video blog number 2 in my Live Well series. I thought, what could this week's topic be about? I mean, what's really near and dear to my heart? Well, a couple of things. So I was thinking this week a lot about this notion that we have to be 100% perfect, 100% of the time, with everything we do in our wellness, in our health and wellness. And it's so difficult to be that perfect all of the time. And then I think sometimes when we get into this sort of rut, into this gerbil wheel of being perfect, that we kind of we just feel like failures and we kind of just give up. And so I'd like to give you a concept. I'd like to give you a concept about not being perfect. Because really, none of us are. Last week I talked about being human, having maybe 1 or 2 glasses of wine a week. We're just not perfect. So stop striving to be perfect, right? Doesn't that feel good when you say that to yourself? Gee, I don't have to be perfect. There's no perfect police out there checking to make sure that you're 100% perfect all of the time with every aspect, specifically your health and wellness. So let's look at what it looks like not to be perfect. I have this concept about 80-20. And 80% of the time, you should be really, really clean on your food intake, on your diet. So let's say you try not to eat sugar, or you try not to eat wheat, even if you're not gluten sensitive per se, or celiac, of course. But you're just, you know that wheat is probably not the greatest for you, especially this modernized wheat. And while I'm talking about it, why don't you all get that book, Wheat Belly? Because it is an awesome read, and it'll explain to you why this modern wheat that we consume that's in everything is killing us every bite. So anyway, this 80% of the time, right? So 80% of the time, you don't eat processed sugar, and 80% of the time, you don't eat wheat. But 20% of the time, 20% of your diet, 20% of your day, you're just kind of free. You're okay. It's all right. Of course, this is only if you don't have a problem with that particular thing you're avoiding. A serious problem. So don't be so perfect. Don't be so hard on yourself. It's life. We need to live it. And there's no point in living unless you're living it big, living it free, living it happy, and living it well. And that's all for today. So thanks. And till I see you next week, make sure you live well. Take care.